All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Navigate the Future of E-commerce hosting webinar. We are glad you can make it and hear from a few experts on the ever-evolving landscape of e-commerce, the future of open source projects, and how a PaaS can enhance collaboration. My name is John Carmody, and I run e-commerce partnerships for Platform.sh, and we'll be moderating today's webinar. To get things started, let me introduce our great selection of speakers. Corey Dockendorf is a Platform.sh solutions architect. Jeff Lathan is a group product manager for Adobe Commerce. Alyssa Espiritu is a senior product marketing manager for Adobe Commerce, focusing on cloud scale and performance capabilities. And last but not least, Mike Batal is the founder and CEO of ioVista, an e-commerce agency specializing in web development and digital marketing since 2004. So to give you an idea of what to expect from this webinar, we'll touch on the burden of hosting e-commerce platforms and the market changes in the e-commerce industry. We'll answer the question, what is a PaaS, and explain how Platform.sh can help reduce the burden on your dev team. Following that, Mike from ioVista, which is a Platform.sh Gold partner, will share the story of ioVista's problem solving for their client rods.com. And then Jeff and Alyssa will speak to the impact of Adobe Commerce and their partnership with Platform.sh. The last few minutes of the webinar will be open for Q&A. Throughout the webinar, please drop any questions you have for the speakers in the Q&A box, and we'll answer as many as we can at the end of the webinar. So in this first section, we will discuss hosting e-commerce applications. Excuse me. It's complicated to manage heavy, complex e-commerce platforms with the mass of moving parts. You have extensions, third-party apps, and technologies integrated into different languages. All of this combines and places a burden on your dev team. This also includes configuring servers, diagnosing security issues, and managing setup, all before even getting to the code that you need to deliver those new features and experiences that your clients are demanding and expecting. The added complexity of using a managed hosting provider introduces layer upon layer of inefficiency that can impact developer workflow. There are cumbersome manual processes like submitting requests and waiting to scale up or down to time-consuming deployments. And then finally, there is the managed hosting piece. Even in the public cloud, it reduces flexibility, increases the risk of data loss, and can come with a hefty price tag. So with all of these moving pieces, how can you be more efficient? Platform.sh is the next generation hosting solution from Magento open source. Platform as a service, or PaaS, empowers developers to build sophisticated commerce solutions on a secure, reliable, fully automated cloud infrastructure, including databases, queues, and workflows, as easily as they manage code. Now it's time for Corey. Let me hand it over to him.
Absolutely. Thanks, John. So what I'd like to talk about first is a little bit about the market changes that are happening with e-commerce today, right? So before we even talk about PaaS, like really is what it is and how it can serve as a foundation for building and hosting your open source e-commerce solutions. But I want to really look into what's really currently driving the change of e-commerce. So we see as a couple key elements when we talk to customers on a day-to-day basis, and we see a lot of trends going forward. Here we're seeing things like personalization is what customers are looking for. They're looking for personalized solutions. E-commerce merchants have an opportunity where they can use data and AI for targeting in this day and age, and it's only going to become more, and they're having to get more creative with that technology. We see customers looking for transparency, right? Visibility into performance of the application specifically, all the way down to the application layer. Understanding resource usage and optimizing performance to keep costs manageable and during high traffic times or during spikes or even during high level events. Collaboration, this is a key point that we see with a lot of our customers, is that they want to be able to, it's very essential to have every developer on your team to have some sort of local development environment to work on across whether you're outsourcing or whether you have an internal system, and making sure in this day and age where we see a lot of remote workers, making sure everybody's using the same thing at the same time. And then finally, to adapt. This is really where Platform.sh shines here, is that we can adapt to the developers versus the other way around. We give the freedom to develop applications in every major programming language, framework, even the stack is important in this day and age to remain relevant, and being able to move and navigate these changes as we see them come up every month, day, year at this point, while optimizing all these services and technologies. So this gives us a unified experience for our customers. As we're seeing a lot of these things, we're seeing decoupled configurations in the e-commerce space now. No longer do we see just your PHP or your Python full top to bottom stack applications. We're seeing decoupled and headless configurations. We're seeing more flexibility and adaptability, being able to change on the fly. New updates are coming out on a regular basis and being able to move around those things. And then the scalability to be able to increase resources when necessary and reduce resources when necessary, so not to cause too much bloat from a payment perspective, and actually paying for the resources you're using rather than just letting them sit there for an unknown amount of time. So what is a PaaS? We know basically what a PaaS is in most times, right? So it's pure platform as a service. This is a complete development and deployment environment in possibly any public cloud in this day and age, with resources that enable you to deliver everything from simple cloud-based apps to sophisticated cloud-enabled enterprise applications. So with that being the case, we actually see we can do more things where we can deploy more efficiently. We can eliminate workflow bottlenecks by getting rid of a lot of the infrastructure and dealing with a lot of the back-end pieces. We can optimize team collaboration because now we have a single location where everybody can push whatever they need to, leveraging their certain codes, their app frameworks, their CMSs, whether it's headless, whether it's decoupled, whether it's a full monolith stack, and being able to push all this into a single platform that's able to ingest all of that information, and through orchestration and automation, creating your site application project. So with all of that being said, what are the benefits that Platform.sh can bring you? So Platform.sh here, we actually aim at reducing configuration and making developers more productive. It abstracts, here we abstract your project infrastructure and manage it for you. So you never have to configure services like a web server, a MySQL database, or Redis cache from scratch ever again. Platform.sh is built on one main idea, and that's your server infrastructure is part of your app. So it should be version controlled along with your application. Every branch here you push to your Git repository can come with bug fixes, new features, and infrastructure changes. You can then test everything as an independent deployment, including your application code and all your services, with a copy of their data. So whether that's database entries, search index, user files, eliminating workflow and bottlenecks completely. So Platform.sh automates many of these processes involved in building these and deploying these applications. We can help provision the necessary resources, checking and applying configurations and dependencies, running builds, making containers, and deploying all of this with reliability and maximum availability. Environment should be on demand and as close to production as possible at all times. That way, pushing to production is encouraged, frictionless, and anxiety-free every time. A couple of these things like instant cloning. Platform.sh, we leverage instant cloning, meaning a full production cluster can be cloned in under a minute, including all of its data to create an on-the-fly ephemeral preview environments that are byte-level, bit-for-bit clones of production, reducing the time to stand up a new staging or development environment. That bit-for-bit clone, you can just move directly into it, and you now have a branch within a matter of minutes, and your developers can get to work. Flexibility and integration. Developers have the freedom to develop applications in every major programming language, framework, and stack, thanks to seamless integration with the tools your developers use. Work with the tools and tech you've already invested in. No need to change and try and download some bootstrapper program to get started. You can go right where you are, start and begin developing. Additionally, development teams are free to experiment, right, and innovate. Again, we see a lot of these new changes, whether you're using one application and then need to change to another, or want to see what it looks like to take apart your monolith application. Well, we help that by providing the ability across 14 languages and an array of built-in services from just using Platform.sh. So let your developers be free and try something new and build something better, right? We can also enable seamless monitoring of your network traffic, server-side logs, metrics, alerts, traces, and many other measurements. through all-in-one dashboard here, keeping everything in-house into one single place and giving those tools that make it easier to extract insights into your system's behavior, performance, and health. We call this our observability on a PaaS, which can also help identify and isolate performance bottlenecks in your code or inefficient uses of those infrastructures, all under one roof approach, removing the burden of managing several different monitoring and observability products. So rather than saying, hey, it's not us, it's somebody else, it's all in-house in the same location. So when you talk to us, you're talking to somebody that can help you with that piece. This reduces the complexity of operations and ensures the reliability and availability of your deployed applications. Last two, these are, I think, the most important ones. Can you go back real quick? For the last two, we have security and compliance. So using our PaaS solution, you can help ensure that your applications and their data stay secure from the outset via encryption of data in transit and at rest to protect your personally identifiable information, such as passwords, credit card data, or any other sensitive information. A web application firewall helps to protect applications from security threats such as a header injection and request smuggling, while anti-DDoS protection prevents extended downtime from malicious attacks. Not only does data stay safe, but your code is guarded as well. Our deployments and our containers are read-only runtime containers, which ensure that production cannot be changed, and SSH access is only granted by explicit permission on your end. And finally, auto scaling. This is the one where we see a lot of customers are looking for in this day and age, because we need to scale up, we need to scale down, but we want to make sure that we're using those resources at those times. So here, Platform.sh uses auto scaling features, which can quickly adjust those resources to meet those high impact scenarios, such as traffic surges and sending alerts when certain thresholds are met. Anytime a site or application approaches a resource consumption threshold, Platform.sh systems can automatically double the amount of those resources for production environments in a matter of minutes. And then once that surge is over, you can then pull those resources and pull them back and reduce them accordingly. We call this our all-included, we call it our batteries included approach, right? So in this instance, you can see here is how the workflow would manage here at Platform.sh. So your developers take their code and push it to Platform. We're able to, through orchestration and automation, build out that infrastructure as code, provision your project with all of the necessary services and applications, package it all together and deploy it to be public facing within a matter of minutes. Also providing any CI/CD testing that is necessary to integrate into that process. We also manage the observability and scaling and operations piece, right? How to see what's happening at any given time, where performance bottlenecks may be happening. We recently acquired a company known as Blackfire.io, that is integrated into our observability suite, that's now able to not only see what your application is doing, monitor the application, but also give recommendations and best practices to get the best performance of the application and service today. Scaling, we provide the auto scaling piece. You always have, and the operations team is always watching to make sure that when we see those spikes in growth and see those spikes in performance, we're able to scale you up and down accordingly to make sure that you have the visibility and reliability to know that you'll remain up at all times, but also to know that even if you are unavailable, you have eyes on it to make sure that we're able to keep you up and running. So there is not a moment of panic where it's Saturday morning and you don't know, oh, we're having a spike, I guess I need to go fix something before it goes down last minute. You have a team already watching that for you. Finally, access control, compliance, and security, as we spoke about early. These are the things that in this day and age, we are seeing more and more interest into it. No longer can you have these pieces and parts not included into your entire workflow and work management. Security pieces and compliances, we are HIPAA compliant, PCI, we are GDPR, anything along those lines. And all of that is already baked in so that you don't have to do that on your end, right? Access control, making sure who has access to it. Whether your customer needs access to a certain piece, you can limit what they can and cannot do. Or if you want to give them complete access to a project, you can do that as well. This lets you be more granular with your users on a day-to-day basis. So here, Platform.sh, all of this is included. Again, batteries all included. You get all of this, and your only concern is pushing your code so that your developers have more time to work on what is most important. And with all of that, I'll actually pass this over to Mike to talk to you a little bit about ioVista.
All right. Thanks. Hey guys, I'm the founder and CEO of ioVista. We are an e-commerce agency specializing in web development and digital marketing. We have established major partnerships with e-commerce platforms such as Adobe, Magento, BigCommerce, Shopify, and hosting companies like Platform.sh. We've been working with retail and B2B brands to help solve their e-commerce pain points since 2004, which is the reason why Rods sought us out a few years ago. Rods Western Wear is a 50-year-old leading Western apparel and saddle store based in Columbus, Ohio, with a robust online presence and physical brick and mortar stores. The biggest challenge was for us to support and maintain them. They called us few years back and wanted us to support and maintain their e-commerce website on the Magento platform, Adobe platform. And it was extremely slow and clunky for us to even get to their production environment. They had an on-prem ERP. So pushing any type of security patches, doing major upgrades on their servers with their local hosting environment was extremely difficult because it was not set up with best practices. That is when we, if you go back to the other slide, please, they had notable performance issues. The site would unexpectedly go down. And this became extremely difficult for our dev team to maintain and support them, which is the reason when we reached out to Platform.sh. Platform.sh being one of the top hosting providers who can support Magento, we reached out to them. We set up a call with Rods and Platform.sh to understand the hosting requirements at Rods, how they are set up, how they were set up currently, I should say. Overall storage, what type of storage they need, what type of resources need to be allocated from the hosting perspective. And Platform.sh not only came up with a very robust cloud-based solution, but they actually helped them seamlessly migrate all the Rods data from their on-premise hosting to the cloud-based environment. What this did is give a very good stability, reliability. The overall performance also improved on the website. We have been supporting and helping them on an ongoing basis to optimize their core web vitals. And in order to get better results on their core web vitals, we need a very robust infrastructure and really good hosting environment. And Platform.sh was able to help us with that. This really, I had no more frustrating phone calls from my internal dev team because we were able to directly access the cloud-based hosting for Rods and, be able to perform the security patches, upgrades. We were able to push custom modules on their production very seamlessly. So, it was really good. Everybody was really happy in terms of the e-commerce manager at Rods, our ioVista dev team. And I wanted to really thank Platform.sh to not only provide a robust solution to Rods, but help ioVista to solve the e-commerce pain points for Rods. So thank you guys. Appreciate all the environment and all the work that you guys perform with Rods, and looking forward to many more hosting implementations with you guys. I would like to pass it over to our friends at Adobe now.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I'm Alyssa, Espiritu, Senior Product Marketing Manager at Adobe Commerce. And so I'm going to talk to you today about our partnership with Platform and the innovations that we've done together throughout the years. This was a quote from our former head of strategy from 2016, then Magento. And so we've rebranded to Adobe Commerce during the acquisition from Adobe. And we chose Platform.sh as the PaaS for our cloud product. And as a strategic partner, Platform.sh offered a solution that would help remove that traditional burden of managing multiple environments. And then in 2022, Platform became a platinum partner for Adobe. So we're continuing to build on this long-standing relationship together. And I'll just give you a little bit of an overview of Adobe Commerce. We've come a long way since the Magento days. And now Adobe Commerce powers personalized commerce experiences managed at scale on the flexible platform. And Adobe Commerce gives our customers the tools to deliver that relevant and timely shopping experiences that consumers and customers want. Exactly what Corey mentioned earlier, that this is the direction that the market is moving. And so we need to rapidly innovate, be flexible, and provide our customers and their customers the ability to customize and personalize. And we also have a set of business user enablement tools for marketers, merchandisers, so that they can do their day-to-day operations and be on the driver's seat to provide those personalized experiences to their customers. We also have a feature-rich platform. Go to the last slide, please. We also have the first slide. Thank you. We also have a feature-rich platform that's highly composable and can be easily customized to fit businesses. So that is the importance of a PaaS solution, right? And then at the end of the day, Adobe Commerce also integrates with not only third-party solutions that you can extend to, but as well as Adobe Experience Cloud's set of unified marketing solutions from content management, analytics, multivariate testing, marketing automation, and more. And like I said earlier, Adobe Commerce provides those rich features and functionalities for both marketers and merchandisers so that they can personalize the customer journey. But on the other hand, with a platform that's really managed at scale, developers can also have that unlimited ability to customize, integrate, and innovate. And so here's an example of some of the features that we provide at a very high level. As you can see on the left side, built for marketers, we have a workflow-driven UI where they can really hone in on the campaigns, promotions, targeting, and segmentation that they have to drive that customer loyalty and really provide AI-powered personalized experiences on their commerce site. And then manage that scale. And like I mentioned earlier, Adobe Commerce is extremely scalable and flexible. And that's definitely with the help of Platform where, we have multi-language support, multi-site architecture, and global currency. And then for the developers and IT, it's open, extensible, and API first. And so we have, like Corey mentioned earlier, auto-scaling capabilities, and working to continue to innovate with Platform with blue-green deployment, hopefully in the future. So this is an example of how, the commerce platform and its flexibility is built for both merchandisers on the business side and your developers so that they can continue to customize and innovate. And then
Thanks,
I'll
Alyssa.
turn it over to Jeff.
Thanks, Alyssa. So as Alyssa just said, we take advantage of Platform.sh to deploy Adobe Commerce to the cloud. We're using all of the features and flexibility that Corey and Mike described. We take that flexible infrastructure, the Git-based workflow, and the integration environments to allow customers to hit the ground running very quickly. We want them starting development as quickly as they feel comfortable. And as Corey pointed out, the integration environments free the developers to experiment in a safe space. They can bring their innovations back to the staging environments and then to production. And during that experimentation or during the troubleshooting that we know will be needed, the engineers can access the underlying services to inspect and adjust, just as Mike was calling out in their endeavors. So we take that custom infrastructure and we provide additional functionality on top of it. So we're looking to add not only the Adobe Commerce application, which you can see in the top left box, we also have all of the services such as MariaDB and Redis, so that the customers don't have to install anything else. They can hit the ground running with their Adobe Commerce application. We also, though, provide additional functionality to create a robust offering. Can you go back one slide, actually? We use Fastly to help drive efficient networking, leveraging the content delivery network and image optimization. We also use the web application firewall, and we subscribe to the DDoS service, which allows customers who encounter denial of service attack to get quick attention. For observability, we offer New Relic to let customers monitor the application and infrastructure performance and have one consolidated approach to reading and searching commerce logs. We have a couple other tools we don't have on the slide, but they're worth talking to. We have a few Adobe specific ones at that. One we call Observation for Adobe Commerce, or OAK. It's a New Relic nerdlet that consolidates data from a number of sources into one dashboard to help customers identify, correlate, and address site performance issues very quickly. We also have what we call SWOT, or site-wide analysis tool, which offers 24/7 monitoring and recommendations for commerce security, performance, and stability, performing insights into the site health and configurations. And all of this is supported by our Crackerjack customer engineering team. No mention of commerce, though, would be complete without talking about the commitment to flexibility, enterprise scale, and how we evolve. And so with Adobe Commerce on cloud, you can choose AWS or Azure. We provide the same experience for either cloud provider, but we give you that choice. To ensure cloud scalability, we previously launched auto scaling for our web or PHP nodes for our scaled architecture customers, and we're partnering with Platform.sh to extend the capability for our scaled architecture customers for the core nodes, as well as our standard architecture customers overall. The third they're very excited about. For our healthcare and life science customers, we're partnering with Platform again and other vendors to develop and provide a HIPAA-ready platform ready for businesses to take on and customize. And last but not least is that drive for continued performance improvement. Not only are we working on the infrastructure with items like auto scaling, we have teams dedicated to improving the performance of our core application and additional SaaS offerings such as our catalog service. So with that, Alyssa, do you mind talking about how we impact our customers?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, the partnership with Platform was really beneficial because we've seen this direct the impact that it has on our customers. So here's an example of some of the customers that we service, and you can just see by the numbers how much they've scaled. So for instance, with Helly Hansen, they have B2B and B2C selling across 50 plus markets and sites, and that goes all back to performance, scalability, and flexibility to allow us to help Helly Hansen to grow their business. Same goes with Alshaya Group and Hanes Brands, and we have that multi-site architecture, and of course, seeing a growth in their transactions and the demand because of the personalized experiences that they provide for their customers, and really being able to service their customers across multiple regions. So we're really excited to continue to partner with Platform on this so that we can help more customers grow their business. And of course, like what Jeff's point was earlier, is to continue to make improvements in our platform as well, so that we can grow our customers' business alongside of them.
Oh, well, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much first to our panel of amazing speakers and to everyone who dialed in to listen to our webinar. I am going to kick things off. We had a few questions submitted earlier, so I'm going to start with those while other folks get a little comfortable, maybe asking a couple questions in real time. So guys on the panel, the first question that was submitted earlier is, any tips for e-commerce businesses pressured by customers and competitors to innovate, but that also need to manage operational stability and reliability? Does anybody want to try to take a stab at that one? If not, we can go to a couple other ones that were submitted, but I thought I would start with the first one.
Yeah, I think I can take that. I mean, when you look at the Adobe Commerce experience on cloud, you can see a lot of what, we're trying to offer the right tools to the customer. So what I would really recommend is take advantage of what we offer. As I mentioned, OAK, we've got SWAT, we've got New Relic. And I think a lot of those different systems give you visibility into how you maintain it and make sure that you're scaling appropriately. And also helps you find out if you're running into any kind of problems. These tools can really help you go and find performance issues or even troublesome bugs. So I would really recommend take advantage of all the tool sets that we give you.
Fantastic. Thanks, Jeff. All right, I'll go to the second question that was submitted earlier. What common pitfalls do businesses face when they migrate to cloud hosting with a PaaS? As an e-commerce business, what can we expect?
So I could take part of that one. So one of the things that we see is customers that move into a pure platform as a service, not taking advantage, to Jeff's point, any of those cloud platform services, right? We see anything along those lines for those observabilities, into insight into your application, the tools that are already pre-built there. A lot of the time in the old days of technology, we used to do everything ourselves, right? We had to build everything ourselves. With a PaaS, most of that is already taken care of and already removed and abstracted for you, so you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to build from the ground up. So really lean into the tools that are already built and be set up for that, because that will set you up for success. That'll make easier workflows, easier deployments. You don't have to worry about having to staff as much either. So trying to find, the right person with the right skill set, you don't have to worry about that, because those DevOps pieces and DevOps moves have already been taken care of by the platform as a service. So now you don't have to invest in more headcount. You can manage with the team that you already have, and you're able to leverage those pieces and parts to make sure that you're running as smoothly as possible. And then honestly, user adoption, right? And change management, right? We have to think about this a little bit differently. We don't do this same old way of the turn it off and turn it back on again theory, right? There's now workflows and pieces and parts that need to be incorporated, testing, having development and staging environments, and making sure that you're testing and see everything exactly the way it's supposed to be before you move into production, so that you can confidently deploy. So these are a couple of things that I've seen on my end speaking to customers, where they run into a couple pitfalls before moving into a PaaS, or getting here and not knowing what to expect specifically, and understanding, hey, this is a different mindset on how to work this way, and you need to really lean into it and ask questions, and really do use the tool for what it's supposed to be used for, rather than trying to reinvent the wheel.
Amazing. Thanks, Corey. Does anybody else have anything they want to add to that? Otherwise, I All right, I will go to the next question then. What options does Platform.sh offer so we can make greener choices?
So
Corey, I'm guessing this is gonna be all you.
Yeah, I guess this is my question. Sure, I'll take this one. So in that instance, we actually are very large on the green initiative. We're actually recently in 2022, Platform.sh just changed its statutes to reflect not only our commitment to our bottom line, but also to consider environmental and social impacts, while making these decisions. We have two main areas where we really try to make actionable choices for our customers, right? So one is using data centers that run off low carbon electricity grids. In other words, deploying in greener regions. Not all data centers are at the same level, right? So it depends on the underlying carbon intensity of the electricity grid. We provide the information to our clients so that you guys have that visibility when you're standing up a project within the specific region. And if you're currently using a data center in a high carbon region, we also can help you. We can also help your emissions by up to 15% by deploying on Platform.sh. The second option we have is also using a high density approach, right? Greenly, which is our carbon auditor, found that our right sizing approach to cloud computing reduces electricity use by up to 12 times what the compute is for Amazon Web Services Elastic Cloud 2 virtual machines. So with that being said, it makes more sense to deploy here on platform within our containerization to really reduce your footprint and make yourself into a more green configuration. So those are some of the things that we can do right out of the gate with almost no sweat on the customer's part, and be able to give that visibility into where they're going to deploy today.
Amazing, Corey. And guess what? We have a live question, and it looks like it's going to be to you too, Corey. So get ready. Hello, this is from Marion. Hello, do you have more information about the fact that it is currently not possible to deploy multiple environments in the same time on a Platform.sh project?
Deploy multiple environments in the same time on a PSH project. So multiple environments saying, so doing, oh, here we go. Oh, I thought we were getting an update. So more regarding the multiple environments, I don't entirely understand. So right now, when you deploy on a Platform.sh, you're able to deploy your production project, a staging environment, as well as a development environments, right? So you get multiple environments associated with each project. This is again for that bit for bit cloning configuration where we can clone directly from production into a staging and development. So no longer do you have to stand up another project to set it up, move your data over into that configuration, get it all tested, and then move it back into production. Everything stays within a single project, and you can make your changes directly into your staging and development environments, perform your testing, do your load tests, verify everything is good before you ever push into a production environment itself. This way, that gives you the ability to know what you're going to deploy. We also have the ability to have the observability on top of those projects as well. So not only are you getting observability metrics from your production environment, you're also getting it from your staging, your development projects. That way, environments. That way, you know and don't have to have any surprises when you push from those environments into your production environment, because you can do your profiling, you can do your performance monitoring during your load tests and see exactly how your application is going to run before it ever goes to production. I hope that answered the question.
I thought it sounded great, Corey. So that you got
I sold you. Awesome. Great.
It looks like I don't think we have any other questions, but I will, I don't think there's no more questions in the open chat. So I just wanted to say again, thank you, Alyssa, Jeff, Mike, Corey, everyone who had dialed in. Really excited. This is a fantastic webinar. Hope you enjoyed it. And again, thanks everybody for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you.